welcome to another off-week mini-sode of Down the
Tubi.
My name's Chuck.
Yo.
This is our free forum, just bullshitting, just whatever we feel like talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking with pretzel in my mouth right now.
That's fine.
Pause.
Pause.
Yeah. Actual pretzel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you two choices about where we want to start here.
Okay.
Do we want to talk about our experience seeing the new Mortal Kombat film? Or do we want to read our first ever email to the show account?
First ever email. Come on. No contest.
All right. Let me pull that up then.
Yeah, first ever email.
Okay.
Have you read it yet?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so you screened it. Okay.
Uh-huh. No, because we get plenty of spam, but this is like an actual email.
Okay. Nothing crazy.
All right. So this is from a friend of the show, former co-host of the show, Jay, from We're Not Nordic.
There we go.
The subject is, what up? So, you freaks were talking about the net and the anchovy pizza with the bowl of M&Ms. I've tried the combo, and it actually works. You almost did a spit take.
That's an email.
And we're only just getting into it.
That's it. That's great.
The pizza will melt the dye off the M&Ms and make the slice look festive, but the salty and sweet combo works. Oh, so he put the M&Ms on the pizza.
Wow. I don't think that's what Angela Bennett was doing, but okay.
Excuse me. Have you tried the sweet Vidalia onion and peanut butter sandwich that Fred Savage ate in Little Monsters? R.I.P. Rick Dukeman, legend.
I haven't.
That also sounds gross, but is a grub classic. Now, knowing what I know, like from watching a lot of Food Network, this all makes sense to me.
Okay.
Like it makes sense to me, like how those flavors would complement one another. But
hey, I'm not down. I don't need to have them complement each other.
My question is there a movie that got you hungry? Would you try a weird food combo from a movie? Is there food that looks so good it stays in your brain from cinema? I mean, Clemenza teaching Michael to cook in Godfather 1, that sauce looks redunk to the hinkulus. Take care, Jay. Jay, come on the show sometime.
Yeah, please. Please. We'd love to have you.
Anything come to mind?
Anything on the mind? Anything specific? No, not a food in particular. From anything. I mean, see, you've had time to screen this, so I haven't had a chance to actually think about it.
Well, I did try to, I tried to, like, be a little more spontaneous. So I haven't thought about it much, but the first thing that comes to mind is always going to be the prison scene in Goodfellas, which is along the same line as Godfather.
Okay.
When he's showing, do you know what scene I'm talking about? When he's showing him and explaining that he cuts the garlic for the sauce with a razor blade, so that's so thin that it liquefies in the pan. Mm-hmm. Fuck.
That's pretty lit.
Yeah.
That's pretty lit. Glizzy platter weapons.
Oh!
That thing is awesome. Yeah. Now, pause must be said, because it's a glizzy platter.
Listen. It's not a movie, but The Sopranos... There's a lot of good-looking food on that show. Okay. That seems worth mentioning. What about spaghetti with maple syrup from Elf?
Nah.
And I think he puts candy on it, too.
Oh, yeah. He went ham on that. That shit was ridiculous.
Another one I see mentioned here is peanut butter and Oreos from The Parent Trap, but, like, that's just bomb. Like, what?
Right? That's regular shit.
The fuck are we talking about here?
Especially the golden Oreos. Regular shit right there.
Oh, yeah. Have we talked on the show about how you're adverse to chocolate, you fucking weirdo?
Chocolate, ketchup. Those are the big two. Outside of that, I'm pretty game for anything else. I don't eat pork, But that's not religious. That's not religious. When I turned 20, I gave up pork as like a New Year's resolution, and it kind of just extended. And then I went to New Orleans, had some andouille sausage because I was like, I'm in New Orleans. Got back to the room, puked it all up. And then was like, all right, I think I should just hang this up.
There you go. That's your I don't eat pork origin story.
There it is.
We just keep pulling back the layers of the onion that is you.
I'll explain why I don't eat ketchup on the next one.
I mean, ketchup's just like sugar, really. So that makes sense to me at least. What about the Big Kahuna burger? in Pulp Fiction.
Ooh,
that burger looks
official.
fucking fire.
Yeah. I can do the Big Kahuna burger. Definitely.
And then when he just...
That's that from Hawaiian burger joint.
My girl's a vegetarian, which basically makes me a vegetarian. And then he finishes off his Sprite.
That's
and
hilarious.
You know, like, in my mind, I'm thinking about, like, a McDonald's Sprite. And McDonald's Sprite hits different.
Top notch.
Oh, God.
They put cocaine in it. That's why. That's amazing.
There's just Molly in the tubes
It's just in
that come from the fountain soda machine. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to know what your delicious food... Well, he did say Godfather, but if anybody else wants to write in, we do have an email address, downthetubie@gmail.com. Oh, we talked about this on We're Not Nordic, too, but there's a sandwich that Adam Sandler makes in the movie Spanglish that looks really good.
Spanglish with Paz Vega.
Jesus Christ, that's a deep pull.
I know my Latinas.
You're a connoisseur of mommies.
Oh, yeah.
Dog shit movie. Not anything you need to see, but that sandwich looked real good.
And so did Paz Vega. So
yeah, it's a BLT with a fried egg and melted cheese. Actually, I didn't realize. I just Googled it. It was created by Thomas Keller, who I don't know if you know who Thomas Keller is. He started the French Laundry, which is considered to be like maybe the best restaurant in the whole country that you and I will never ever eat at.
French Laundry? I don't know.
About $400 a head, I'd imagine.
Hey, man.
But yeah, there's that.
Yeah, that's fire.
All right, well,
been there since '78.
Yeah. I mean, that'll never go away unless he decides to close it.
Yeah, French Laundry's there forever.
All right, so let's talk about Mortal Kombat. We went to go
Mortal Kombat.
Bum, 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 bum. So talk about your relationship with Mortal Kombat, the video game series as well as the film series.
Well, I'm more of a Street Fighter guy to begin with.
What the fuck?
Yeah, way more of a Street Fighter guy.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. So first off, who is your character in Street Fighter?
Ryu.
Okay. Yeah. I may have told you this story off the air, but I'm going to tell it to you now.
Okay.
Dear friend of mine growing up, shout out Angelo. His father, also Angelo, of course, because that's an Italian thing.
Yeah.
One of my favorite people in the whole world. Fucking funniest dude. And he was just, like, very cool to us. And I think it's okay to say now, like, 30-something years later, but, like, he was my friend's dad that had the stack of Playboys in the back of the closet that we took a look at when he was out of the house.
Absolutely.
Bless his heart.
I had a drawer full of porn videos, too.
Let us watch R-rated movies when my mom didn't. Bless his heart.
Awesome.
Anyway, so I forget the setup, but it's funny the things that stick in your mind, right? So we're talking about Street Fighter, and you know, I doubt anybody listening, if there's anybody listening, hello, doesn't know this, but Blanca, the big green mutant guy, one of his moves was he could electrify himself. Yep. And
just keep pressing the punch button. And he just stands there and starts.
So Big Angelo, my boy's dad, he says to us, "You guys know I can do Blanca's electricity, right?"
Talking about in real life?
Yeah.
Oh, this is fucking amazing. You've never told me this.
So, little fucking knuckleheads we are. Like, we're skeptical, but we're like, all right, do it.
Yeah, right?
Like, all right, you do it. You won't.
You won't?
So he starts making this, like, real intense face.
Yeah. I'm dying.
And
How old were you?
It couldn't have been more than, like, 8.
This is awesome. This is fucking
so he's like making a face, like he's really trying to, and he does it a few times. It's still funny. And then he just looks at us and he goes, "It's too moist in here." He just walks out of the room.
And that was the last time he tried it.
Oh, yeah.
That was it. That's it.
30 fucking years later, I still laugh about that.
He said, "Too moist in here."
It's too moist in here.
That's fucking awesome.
I love that, man. The first time my mom told me to get the fuck out when I was like 13, 14 years old.
That's where you went?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Bless his heart.
That's great.
So you're more of a Street Fighter guy. Continue.
Yeah. More of a Street Fighter guy. Ryu was my guy. But Mortal Kombat was something that we did play. My cousin in Sicklerville, Mo, he had a Super Nintendo. So we got to play Mortal Kombat there for the first time. Played it, got into it. But it wasn't until my Aunt Sally, she would take us to Parkway skating rink.
Oh,
for
sure.
Skating lessons on Saturdays. And they actually had the machines there. Instead of doing the skating lessons, we would be on the fucking sticks. And the sticks, Mortal Kombat there had blood. So we were like, holy shit. Because we've never seen blood in a video game before. Not to that extent. You know, in the chiropractic nightmare where you're ripping a dude's head off and his spinal cord.
Oh, it's the best shit. What's the best fatality, you think?
In the first one? The chiropractic nightmare. Yeah.
Yanking out the spine?
Yeah, that's the best one in that one. Because I think Liu Kang is just like, he does a cartwheel and then uppercuts you high up, and then you can fall into the pit. Scorpion, though, would rip the mask off and light you on fire.
Yeah, and he was a skull. His face was a skull, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So the first movie came out in 1995. And, geez, I didn't even realize that, the circle it back, my man Big Ange took me and him to go see it. Yep.
Fire.
Yep.
Fire.
11 years old at the Tilton Theater in Northfield.
Yeah.
God damn, I had a blast with that movie. Directed by Paul Wes Anderson.
Yeah. Now is Paul Wes Anderson. I'm done.
That took a minute.
Now, is that his first film?
Paul Anderson?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because definitely after that, right after that was Event Horizon.
Right.
And then, was it Resident Evil after that?
And then he was in that world for 2 decades.
Yeah, I mean, that's the majority of his filmography. Apparently, he did a movie in Britain called Shopping in 1994, starring Jude Law.
Okay, starring Jude Law. Wow.
Yeah. Borrowing from Blade Runner and Gotham City to build his vision of a country. Interesting. We should look more into that.
Okay. What's it called? Shopping?
Shopping.
Okay.
Yeah, so that movie rules. And then they rushed out. I don't even know if
Annihilation. Yeah,
I guess they didn't even rush it out because it came out
2 years later. So they took
and this fucking thing had a bigger budget,
which is insane.
Yeah, so he was gone. Paul Wes Anderson was gone.
Shopping is on Tubi.
Oh shit! Put it on the list.
There we go.
Replaced by his DP on the first movie. John Leonetti directed Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Okay.
Most of the cast didn't come back, right?
No.
And it was like
Lambert left.
Yeah. Lyndon Ashby, who played Johnny Cage, wasn't in it, but they also killed off Johnny Cage about 30 seconds into it. Sonya was gone. Kitana and Liu Kang, I think, were the only two that stayed the same. And
Shao Kahn was ass.
This isn't an original thought of mine, so I don't want to take credit for it, but it's worth saying that might be Mortal Kombat Annihilation might be of like a movie of every movie that was ever like conceived and like brought along and made as a theatrical feature. That might be the most direct-to-video looking theatrical film I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's so... and
probably.
The fact that it cost more than the first one...
is insane.
Oh, man.
That's astounding, because, that movie is trash.
Yeah, like
it looks horrible. Ass characters. Because who do we get in that?
Oh, we get everybody.
Everybody. Right?
Everybody.
Yeah, they just crank it up, and then it's like, get this shit out of it. Like, it lost all type of narrative, too.
No, and it seemed like that was the intention.
Yeah.
They're like, we're just going full, like, fuck it, just for the fans, but...
That's it. But it wasn't for the fans.
No, I don't know who... Because I saw that one, too. I can't quite remember... Yeah, I can't quite remember who I saw that one with, but I would have been 13 in 1997.
Yeah.
And I have a strong memory of even then being like, this is... like, something's a little off about this. Right. Whereas in 95, I was like a pig in shit.
It had the magic, that 95 one. It was amazing.
And
like,
it's...
because when we were introduced to the characters, we would get the voice saying the characters' names. Didn't we get that for, like, Reptile or something? Reptile. No,
I actually rewatched that pretty recently, like
really?
Within the last couple of weeks.
Really?
But I mean, it's the mythology is really easy to follow.
Oh yeah.
And it's just it's surprisingly coherent for a video game adaptation.
We get a tournament.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once we get to the new Mortal Kombat 2, maybe we'll discuss how that maybe isn't quite enough. So
having a tournament?
Yeah.
Okay.
So fast forward 2021, we get they finally reboot it. I didn't really like do a ton of research into like where the series was for the last 25 years in between those two movies.
Oh,
but
well, you get a lot of web series.
Yeah, there was a lot of stops and starts, I assume.
Yeah.
There was a whole thing where a guy made like a fan film that they ended up like...
With Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing Jax. You get that one, and then you get a further evolved one.
Yeah.
That expanded like an entire web series.
So 2021, the new one comes out, right? And because of the whole thing that Warner Brothers did that year where everything opened day and date, it was on HBO Max the first day.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, directed.
Crazy times.
I watched it on Max, like, I believe on Discord with Angelo. My boy Angelo coming back. Because he lives in DC now, but he also travels a lot. Shout out. And so... the main character of that one, despite the fact that you had like a lot of different, like there's a huge bet. Go ahead.
I forgot about this.
What the fuck is that?
The Mortal Kombat live tour. I remember the advertisements for it. I never knew that it actually happened.
So what? It was like a stunt show or some shit?
Yeah.
Holy shit. A 200 city tour?
Radio City Music Hall, it debuted.
Can you see if you can pull up any clips of this on YouTube or something?
Right. Look at this. Hershey Park, the Arrowhead Pond, the Forum. Shit is insane.
The Fabulous Forum. So they were doing Mortal Kombat on the same floor Magic played on.
Yep.
I love that.
That's insane. Wow, this is the cast. I mean, Lexi Alexander.
I wonder why there was two of everybody.
Understudies.
Oh, yeah, true. Ned, so that just, like, this shit was really a sensation with kids our age in the mid-90s.
Mortal Kombat. Sheesh.
Yeah, I would love to see clips from that if there's anything surviving.
I would like to see the entire fucking show if it's on YouTube.
So 2021 Mortal Kombat, right? They invent whole cloth a new protagonist for some reason. Like, even though there's... oh, shit, there it is.
13 videos. There's a 7-minute clip.
So Cole Young is the protagonist, right?
Right.
Like, even though, like, why did we need Cole Young? And, like, he's kind of forgettable.
We really didn't. We could have just used Scorpion.
Yeah. So Scorpion, who in the video games
is Ludi Lin, right?
Well, he's a bad guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, well, that's Liu Kang.
Yeah, this is Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Liu Kang is Ludi Lin. It's
Louis Tan.
Louis Tan, yeah.
Scorpion's a bad guy, so they kind of reinvent him for the new movie as like a tragic anti-hero.
Yeah. Where when I was coming up, Scorpion was always the bad ninja.
Yeah. But of course, Sub-Zero takes that role.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero is my character, by the way.
In Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat, I was a Sub-Zero guy.
So when I watched this in 2021, I might have just been in a fragile emotional state coming out of like a really, really shitty year, but I really liked it when I first watched it in April of 2021.
When I first watched it, I thought it was okay. My brother like kind of shit on me for like being like, yeah, it was just decent. He was like, what the fuck you expect? It's Mortal Kombat. So
I think they overthought it because every time I've watched this again, it's kind of dropped in my estimation. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I think like this whole discussion, the theme that we're going to come to is that it's hard to make a good video game movie.
Is it though?
The shitty ones far outnumber the good ones.
I think it's definitely hard to make a good fighting game. I think that a fighting game movie, I think that's like because you need a tournament and the tournament wasn't enough. It's too much. There's not enough narrative structure to a fighting game, you know, to make it a compelling movie. I don't think. But I think something like, but Uncharted was ass.
Uncharted was ass.
You know, but like that shouldn't have been ass, you know. The route that they went made it ass. That they waited so long to make it made it ass.
What's the best video game movie? Is it the first Mortal Kombat?
Sonic the Hedgehog. Probably. It's probably Sonic.
That's a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people swear by Silent Hill. I think I've only seen that once.
I've never seen Silent Hill. I didn't even like the game.
No?
Nah.
I'm just looking at a list here.
It might be like Resident Evil. Honestly, it might be.
Gran Turismo. Super Mario Brothers, get the fuck out.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, who's not Italian.
Like Minecraft is on this list. Like, that doesn't really count, does it?
Yeah, it counts.
Did I just sound washed as shit saying that doesn't count?
Yeah, man, come on now. It's that the kids play it.
Yeah, see, like, and then there's Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I watched that movie and thought it was stupid, but a whole lot of people younger than me watched it and didn't think it was stupid.
Yeah. Did it make money?
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
It cleaned up.
Oh, it did. Okay, yeah. So, all right.
There was the Warcraft. Man,
Warcraft. That's Matthew Lillard, right? Freddie Prinze. No. Warcraft is the CG shit.
You're thinking of Dungeons and Dragons.
No, I'm thinking of Wing Commander.
Oh, holy shit! I played that game on my like ancient PC.
So did I.
Anyway, I think my point stands that there's more bad video game movies than
Absolutely. They haven't cracked the code yet.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. The first Mortal Kombat was pretty good, so I don't know.
They could have built off of that.
It's just I don't know.
I think the first Street Fighter is pretty good.
Well, I was going to bring that up, right? But is it good, or is it like so weird and crazy that it's good?
It's our podcast good. That's what it is. Yeah,
God bless Raul Julia.
It's to be great.
God bless Raul Julia because he goes for it.
He really does. He really does.
But what a fucking bizarre movie that is, because you talk about you got to have the tournament. That didn't have shit in it.
No tournament.
Like just
Shadaloo. That's all we're about. Shadaloo.
And then they're like, yeah. So here's Guile, the main character, this like all-American whatever. Let's get fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme,
muscles from Brussels,
who apparently was like doing more coke than Scarface during the making of that movie.
Mad coke and pounding out Kylie Minogue. That's what I heard. That's what was happening.
So we thought the one in 2021 was underwhelming, but getting us to Mortal Kombat 2, I thought the trailer had some promise. I thought Carl Urban was a pretty good casting choice as Johnny Cage.
I thought so too. I just thought he got outshadowed by whoever's playing Kano.
Well, I'm going into I thought when I saw the trailer, I was like, that's inspired casting, but I actually like didn't love him in the movie.
Right.
Yeah. So this one, there's actually a tournament, right? It's directed by the same guy, Simon McQuaid, who has only directed 2 films thus far.
Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2.
Deuce. So this one does have the tournament, in fact, and I thought that the fight scenes in this are really well staged, and one of the things that really like doesn't work about Mortal Kombat Annihilation is it's shot in a really weird way where like spatially you can't understand what's happening. I thought the fights in this one were filmed really clean. I thought like they looked cool.
It looked like Mortal Kombat. Like especially that the Kung Lao Liu Kang fight.
Hell yeah.
You know.
So, and now if you have not seen this and are not looking to get things spoiled, fast forward a little bit. They kill the fuck out of Cole Young midway through.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was pretty fucking great.
It really felt like there was some course correction going on. They were like, we hear you, this dude is ass, like, get him out of here.
He has nothing to do with Mortal Kombat. Let's get him going forward.
The problem with me here is the connective tissue. I think it's in between fights, it's deeply, deeply silly.
It's damn near full on comedy.
Yeah. But the characters that are supposed to be funny, like you said, Kano, is good.
Johnny Cage.
I really like Baraka. Baraka was awesome.
Baraka was really good. Jax died. Super, super bad.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that until you just told me.
That's pretty wild.
But keeping with the spoilers, it does end with the main characters saying that they're going to go resurrect their friends. I'm very curious whether or not that includes Cole, or if he's just going to stay dead.
Wow. What if they're like, we just couldn't bring him back? Everybody else is here, but we tried with Cole and it just wasn't happening.
Yeah, because they grabbed Quan Chi, who's a necromancer, who is a sorcerer who can bring people back from the dead. It would be funny if the third one starts with Quan Chi being like, I could not do it.
Quan Chi is in what games?
I think he showed up in 4.
See, you know what, and this is where I stopped.
Yeah.
So I never knew who the fuck Quan Chi was.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I think I jumped off after 3.
Yeah, that's where I jumped off. What was it? Ultimate Mortal Kombat.
And nowadays, you could just be like anybody in one of those games. They're like, here's the alien, here's the predator. It's like it's like Fortnite. You got 110 different skins. Yeah. Also, shout out to the children at the school we work at for even making me understand what a Fortnite skin is. 6, 7.
That's their thing.
Yeah, they're sticking with that. So, what else? What else about Mortal Kombat 2? Anything?
Nah, it's the pacing is a little all over the place. It moves super fast. It doesn't really give you a chance to breathe. It's either hitting you with jokes or fights, and that's pretty much the entire duration of the film. It's not a great movie by any stretch.
I had a good time.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good time. But it's not it's not the Mortal Kombat movie I'm looking for. If I am even looking for one, I'm really more looking for the Street Fighter shit.
Well, it's coming, man.
It's coming.
Perhaps we'll talk about it on this very podcast.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we will. and I appreciate that it has a different aesthetic than the Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, the movie looks like Mortal Kombat the game, and Street Fighter so far, it's got that colorful aesthetic to it. So it's definitely it's not trying to do the same thing, which is something I appreciate when you can your brand has a recognizable look.
All right, I'm going to hit you with something. Ready? What if we bring Paul Wes Anderson back for the third one?
For the third Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, and trying to get, because
I'd be on board with that.
I'm trying to figure out what the secret sauce for the first one was.
Yeah,
maybe that's a step toward getting us there.
All right, but see, if we bring back Paul Wes Anderson, what we're probably going to end up getting, because this is the world we live in, it's going to be like, bring back Robin Shu as Liu Kang, and then we're going to have old Liu Kang meet young Liu Kang in a multiversal type thing.
How's Robin Shu holding up these days? Let's.
I mean, he's Asian, so I'm pretty sure he's good. I'm sure he can still kick somebody's head off.
Well, it looks as if he's just playing older mystical Asian. He kind of looks like Raiden. He kind of looks like Raiden there.
There you go. Bring him back as Raiden. Get rid of this guy playing Raiden. Well, now this guy playing Raiden's pretty good.
He's 65 years old.
Bring him back.
How's Bridget Wilson Sampras holding up?
Ooh, now that I don't know.
I would posit this to you. Maybe one of the best years ever. This and the Paul Wes Anderson movie, as well as Billy Madison, within like a year. I mean, that kind of broke my 11-year-old brain. I'm not going to lie. And she was just Bridget Wilson at that point, by the way. So, mild recommend if you're a fan of the video games. It's not going to blow you away. Now, let me talk about the conditions in the theater in which we saw Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, we're getting into that too?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Anything goes on the .5.
Yeah.
DTT Unfiltered After Dark.
So we saw this movie together, right? And in front of us was a couple. I didn't get a good look at the guy until after in the lobby. And the guy was like, he looked like a douchebag. He had big muscles, a wife beater, and like shitty tattoos and whatever. They had 2 young kids. How old would you say these kids were? It was a boy and a girl.
Too young to be in the theater for Mortal Kombat 2.
All right, so there's a scene at the very end where a character...
we're people that saw the first one at the ages of 10 and 11.
Yeah, but as I said to you, I was kind of a sick fuck when I was 11, and that one was PG-13 anyway.
And it was the 90s.
So at the end, somebody basically gets their head like sliced to shreds. It's gnarly as shit.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. There's a lot of good gore in this movie, by the way. The one choice they made that I'm into is making this a hard R, because it's a hard R video game.
Yeah, the kills are incredible.
So this girl, who I don't think was more than like 8 years old. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
No more than 8.
So she starts crying hysterically. And me and you, like, there's kind of like this thing in the theater, like, is this dude going to take this girl out?
Yeah.
And then during a quiet moment, not too much later, the whole theater heard, it's fair to say the whole theater heard, right? Because he was bad at whispering. He leaned over and just said to this little girl, like, shut the fuck up. Stop crying. Like, God damn, man. It's getting me angry all over again, even retelling this story.
Yeah, it was an intense moment. Those kids should not have been in that movie.
No.
Like, it was wild.
No, and it's like...
And Mario was playing. They could have saw Mario.
So my mother historically made it very hard for me to see R-rated movies. She was like really militant about it in like a weird way.
Really?
Yeah, and it probably made me more determined to see that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But still, like, you don't have to encourage it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's, I don't know.
Yeah. Like, my mom didn't encourage it, but she was like, if you can find it, it's yours.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's a difference, I think, between being, like, puritanical and being, like...
negligent?
Yeah, that's a great word.
Negligent.
That's a great word. And also, it's a case-by-case basis. My friend's dad took us to see The Crow when we were, like, 9.
That's great.
But clearly,
nice
like...
movie about resurrection.
I mean, maybe you don't know your daughter... Like, you know your daughter's sensitive, right? Like,
you have to.
maybe just take the boy. The boy was probably like, fuck yeah!
Yeah, you know?
Anyway, that dude was trash. Pack him up. Get him out of here.
Absolutely trash.
So, I'm going to spring one more thing on you before we get to Graveyard Shift.
Okay.
This may or may not be a recurring thing. Tell me, give the audience the DTTites. I'm still workshopping that.
DTTites.
We need a name for our fan base.
DTTers.
DTTers. Recommend something. What are you into lately? Movie, TV, book, comic, whatever.
Well, I was just watching, we didn't even talk about the movie that you just saw last night.
Well, we'll get to that.
All right, yeah. So, I'm going to talk about what I was just watching.
Okay.
I was just watching Hulk Hogan, Real American Hero. Is that the name of it?
I think just Real American.
Real American?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the documentary. Mm-hmm. Right, okay. First off, it's a puff piece, all right? There's a lot of glazing happening in this thing. Does it absolve Hulk Hogan or Terry Gene Bollea of his...
You're a different person, brother.
Well, that's when the documentary is the most interesting.
Yeah.
Is when it deals with Terry Bollea trying to live up to the character of Hulk Hogan and the way that he falters time and time again. Like, that's the parts of the documentary where it's interesting to me. Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea, piece of shit.
Pack him up.
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
Bret Hart knew.
Oh, that's actually my quote in my Letterboxd review. I was like, wow. And when the documentary focuses on the Hulk Hogan character, you can't help but get nostalgic for that time period.
Of course. It's mean, the Hulkamania era WWF will always mean a lot to me, no matter how problematic some of those guys are.
Yeah, absolutely. But there is a point in the end of the first episode where Teflon Don pops up, and then he just talking his shit, and then there's a part of it at the end of the documentary in the fourth episode where Teflon Don and Bollea's relationship is a big part of the last stage of his life.
Yeah, a good friend of mine texted me and said the last part of it was very Trumpy.
Very Trumpy. And that's where it kind of loses it. But it being a part of who he is, it fits. But episode 3, where we go through the end of Hulkamania and then the rise of Hollywood Hogan, the most compelling shit in this entire documentary.
Yeah,
but he fucking awesome.
He was also bullshitting right until the very end.
Absolutely.
I told him I think it was time for me to turn heel, brother. Every other fucking person that was involved with that said Hulk didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to do it.
They had Sting waiting in the wings to be the third guy in case he backed out.
Yeah. And then when he came out, they didn't know what he was going to do.
Yeah.
And then he actually went through with it.
Andre the Giant weighed 1,500 pounds and was 9 feet tall when I body slammed him, brother.
Yeah. They actually talk about the transition in Hollywood Hogan and how he was saying that he was watching Hall and Nash show up and he was like, damn, I wish I was a part of that.
Yeah. He knew how to glom on to what was hot in wrestling.
Absolutely. But that part of it is so good because you honestly, I mean, it's been 30 fucking years. I forgot how big Hollywood Hogan was.
I mean, for a year and a half, it was what was popping in wrestling.
Absolutely. I completely forgot that Hollywood Hogan had a whole run for president thing.
Yeah.
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, it took a little time for all of their gigantic egos and Eric Bischoff being kind of a fuckhead to catch up to them, but it did.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. It all imploded.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I checked out.
I still love Big Sexy though.
Oh yeah. Kevin Nash is the man. Sure. Sometimes he's a jackass, but But really good. Not as good as the Mr. McMahon documentary. I saw that, really enjoyed it. And it's not as good as Who Killed WCW. That's the best one that I've seen in the last, 3 years.
Yeah, I did watch that, yeah.
Who Killed WCW was good.
I'll lend you a book about the death of WCW. That's good shit. Shout out Brian Alvarez and whatever the fuck the guy's name that runs Wrestle Crap is. That's who wrote that. It's a good book, Who Killed WCW. Or The Death of WCW. He's been talking for years about doing a TNA one, but somehow TNA just keeps hanging on. All right, so I guess that means it's my turn then?
Yeah.
I saw the new movie Obsession last night. It's not a perfect movie, but it's really good. It's directed by goddamn, what's the guy's name? Curry Barker. It's his first proper feature. Okay. And he's got another, I guess on the strength of that, he was able to make another movie that's coming out from A24 starring Aaron Paul and Bryce Dallas Howard. And then after that, did you see what he's got lined up next? No. They gave him the keys to the Texas Chainsaw franchise.
Oh, he's rebooting it? Or?
Yeah, which sucks because there's been several reboots of that film and of varying qualities. The one in 2003 I thought was kind of okay. And then everything after that's been trash. It's just, if Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not my favorite horror movie, it's in the top 3. But you know what? At least this dude's got some kind of vision. So, this movie is this dude, Bear, has a crush on his friend Nikki, and yada, yada, yada. He gets his hand on One Wish Willow, which is something he bought at a little occult shop or whatever. And you snap the twig and you make a wish, and he wishes that how does he phrase it? I wish that Nikki Freeman would love me more than anybody else on the fucking planet, or something like that. And I won't spoil anything else, but it obviously has unintended consequences. Also, the movie cost $1 million, and it's already made $23 million, and it came out 2 days ago. So it seems it's kind of like, the thing is, we talked about this in the May movie preview. It seems like Hollywood has gotten wise to the fact that there's 1 or 2 of these horror movies every year that they make for nothing and then turn around and make some money. Yeah. And it looks like this might be the one. And it's, like I said, it's paced a little weird, and he has a thing for extending moments to make things uncomfortable or comedic. So I think some people might find it frustrating, but for the most part, I really liked it. The biggest thing about it, and the thing that I think people will come away with, is this girl who plays Nikki, Indy Navarrete. Yeah. She's fucking fantastic.
Is she?
Oh,
I was hoping.
It's really it's the whole movie hinges on the character Nikki working and being alternatively really vulnerable and really scary and she's good, man. Good. I would expect big things from her.
Good. I've been a fan of her since Superman and Lois, and she's great in that.
She bodies this movie.
Yeah.
Good. The main character, Bear, played by this guy named Michael Johnston, is he's not bad, but she eats his lunch.
Okay, it's her movie.
Yeah, and there's a little bit. You'll have to tell me what you think when you see it, but I think there's a little bit of a mistake in trying to wring some sympathy out of this guy Bear, because he's an asshole. Yeah, just a terrible piece of shit. Just really insecure to the point where it hurts other people, and it obviously comes to its really logical conclusion. Anyway, it's a good movie. I'm glad I saw it, and the theater was packed too.
Really? Yeah, I mean it's been getting good reviews, good word of mouth. The buzz is crazy.
Yeah, it's
definitely going to win the weekend.
You would think so.
Yeah.
Nice. Obsession is cool. Go see it.
All right. Cool.
So, did you watch Graveyard Shift?
Did I? Yeah, I watched Graveyard.
All right. So,
you read the short story though.
I did. So that'll be okay. So this might end up being a little bit of a mini series on the Point Fives. I'm reading Night Shift by Stephen King, which is a collection of his short stories. They got a bunch of them got adapted into things. So I was like, let's check out the shit that we've never seen, and maybe some shit that we have seen. I don't know. So Graveyard Shift was made is if it's not considered to be the worst Stephen King adaptation, it's down there.
Yeah, it's up there with like Lawnmower Man and
The Mangler. Stay tuned.
The Cell.
All right, so it came out in 1990. It's directed by a guy named Ralph S. Singleton, who doesn't even have a Wikipedia. Basically, this guy, played by David Andrews, who's just like nobody. Like, he's just a journeyman actor.
The poster's fire.
It is. He comes drifting through this town in Maine because it's always in Maine. He gets a job at a textile factory. The manager's a creep. He gets overtime going to cleaning up the basement of the place, and of course, the whole place has rats. And then they find out there's a fucked up mutant rat. I mean, that's about it, right?
That's about it. Yeah, it's really straightforward. There's really, it has a lot of like Western tropes.
How so?
Well, the drifter, going into a town. We don't really know much about him or where he's from. Most likely Florida. You have the boss that's not being good to his workers, and the drifter's there to basically teach him a lesson. And there's all types of shit happening. It has a lot of Western tropes in it. And then what? They fight over the bitch. What's her name? Melissa Tomei. That's what
oh my god! I was gonna call her Timu Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
They fight over her.
Yeah, she doesn't exist in the short story.
No. Or the Exterminator, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Played
by dude. Shout out the great, the legendary Brad Dourif.
Charles Ray.
Charles Lee Ray.
Yeah.
And Billy from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yep.
Legend.
Oh yeah. Stephen Mock is amazing.
Stephen Mock plays the boss. I think the only thing I really remember him from was being the dad in Monster Squad.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He's putting on one of the more over the top like New England accents I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
So there's some fun overact. The problem is they never get like Brad Dourif is like in full on like crazy scenery chewing mode.
Oh, he's out of his mind.
But they never really integrate him into the main plot of the movie. Mm-mm. Like he's just kind of there and then he's not. What do you think of this movie overall?
Overall, I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was very straightforward. It's not asking you to think about a lot. It's fun, and it moves. It moves at 88 minutes.
See, I actually thought it dragged a bunch up until like the last half hour.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought the shit with his wannabe love interest, like they're not like world class actors, so none of that was like vibing for me.
Okay.
Oh, you know who they got Andrew Divoff, the Wishmaster himself.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do shit. He just stands in the background for most of it until he gets killed.
Yeah.
So it definitely takes off for me a little when they go down to the basement and they discover basically the main creature is like kind of like a life-size like rat bat hybrid. Yeah. You don't see much of it for quite a while because it's obviously like a dude in a suit. Mm-hmm. So they do a good job. Like
Frank Welker.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I just learned a legendary voice actor, Frank Welker, apparently played the creature.
That's great.
But yeah, Stephen Mock is awesome because he's like the character. I guess like kind of goes insane at the end.
Yeah, when he wakes up in the bones. Yeah, he starts going nuts, and then he punches Melissa Tomei in the gut.
Melissa Tomei.
Yeah, but then he her.
Just fucking.
Yeah, and he like rips up. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, that was intense.
I was like, shit. Weren't you trying to fuck her earlier?
He did because there's a whole thing right where he's like, I'll promote you to office manager, but you got to come in and throw me something on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Let me see what that mouth do.
Yeah, Melissa Tomei didn't have a Wikipedia entry either.
She didn't.
Kelly Wolf as. What's her name? Jane Wisconski?
Wisconski. What a name.
Yeah.
Charlie Carmichael. Come on.
All right. So, for comparison's sake, the short story is like 15 or 20 pages or something. Okay. And it's just Hall, who's the main character. The woman's not in it.
Warwick in it?
Yeah. The whole thing is Warwick is the boss. They go clean the basement. He finds the trapdoor, and he kind of like
Hall or Warwick?
Hall does, and he like psychs out Warwick into going down to explore it with him. Only the two of them go down to the sub basement. In the movie, they all
go down there.
Yeah, and it basically in the short story, they find like I think there's multiple creatures. And they see all kinds of fucked up shit, and basically Hall's like, you know what, Warwick, you're an asshole, and like pushes him and kills him. But then Hall doesn't make it back. The creatures get him before he gets back up. Dies. Well, only the two of them. Okay. Because Hall almost like commits suicide by cop. Like at that point, it doesn't seem like he gives a fuck, and he's like, all right, whatever.
Fuck it.
Yeah. So the short story ends with the other people that are like holding the hose on the upper basement being like, all right, well, I guess somebody's got to go down there and check out what happens. And that's the gist of it. It's really gross and really like concise and effective. And of course, like having to pad that out for 90 minutes, you had to invent
other characters.
Yeah, Melissa Tomei.
Yeah. Okay. And an exterminator.
Yeah, that's really the mortal sin. Like, you had Brad Dourif show up, like, doing a weird voice and, like, acting creepy. I don't even understand. So, he's...
Tucker Cleveland.
Great name. Yeah. Before we end, the boss, Warwick, Stephen Mock, basically tricks... He tells Brad Dourif's character that the rats are nesting in a graveyard and sends him down there.
Yeah.
And he gets crushed by a coffin somehow?
Yeah, there's no explanation.
Like, did he send him there to get killed? Is it just I didn't really understand what happened there.
Or was it to legitimately exterminate these rats? You know, it is...
I don't know, but it's just like, it's a whole side quest that... Yeah. I think with like one more pass on the screenplay, maybe we could have tied that. He should have gone down to the basement with everybody else is what should have happened. They were just like, we need a bigger body count or whatever. Yeah. I like the gore and the effects, especially for what I assume to be kind of a low budget movie. Like when it starts getting like,
does it say how much it costs?
Yeah, look right there.
Did it have it? 10.5.
That's actually kind of a lot for 1990.
Whoa, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's probably at least twice that in today's money.
Yeah.
Damn, so they couldn't get a better looking puppet to play the monster at the end?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. The set design is good.
Yeah.
10.5. Damn. Like, think about it. You just saw Obsession. Obsession cost $1 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, this is 0% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's better than that.
Definitely better than 0%. That's a crime.
Yeah.
It's the rare zero.
Yeah, no, there aren't many of those. So my thinking on this is like, if like a creature movie about like rats and like a giant mutant rat bat thing doesn't sound like your bag, obviously stay far away. But, like, say, you know, it's a Sunday afternoon, like, you went out late the night before, whatever, like, there's worse, like, chilling on the couch for 85-minute type movies.
Absolutely.
I didn't hate it.
Absolutely. Problem Child is a 0%.
Oh, damn.
These are the zeros.
Yeah, for people that can't see us, which is everybody but the two of us, Daryl has the list of 0% fresh movies pulled up.
New Cabin Fever is a 0.
Huh. Well, maybe at some point, if we need some content for the 0.5s, we'll just do a 0% side quest.
This is definitely.
I'd be up for that.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. Max Steel is a 0.
Yeah, so you know, it's a goofy movie, but I had a halfway good time with it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's not like a 3-star, you know, but
I think I gave it 2 on Letterboxd.
Yeah, 2 is fair. 2 is fair. 2 is what I would give it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool.
I actually
I'll never watch it again though.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
I upped Obsession from 3.5 to 4 after sleeping on it. Like after thinking about it some.
You went back and edited?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
Sometimes you gotta like let shit marinate a little bit.
Absolutely. Because like coming out of the Hogan documentary, coming out of the third one, I was like, you know what? This is a 3-star. And then I got to episode 4 and I was like, oh, let's take one of those stars away from this.
Yeah, I'd love to hear. This is neither here nor there, but I'd love to hear some of the shut up and dribble people think about him being integrated into all of that.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
Let's we're just a fun podcast. We don't go too far down that road
Yet.
I saw a coworker of ours in the lobby at the movies last night. We'll get into that off air.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about that.
Okay.
I forgot to say at the top of the show. You got anything else?
We are brought to you by
Love More Coffee Company. Go to lovemorecoffeecompany.com. Enter DTT10 at checkout. Get yourself some coffee, some matcha, some hot chocolate.
Some dark chocolate, hot chocolate.
I heard that's your stripper name.
Hey.
Get 10% off
That's
on
my
us.
Saturday name.
Hey now. The weather's getting warm, like I said, but iced coffee is always delicious.
Ice matcha's good.
Tell them we sent you.
There you go.
And I haven't mentioned it in a while, but leave us a 5-star review somewhere that we're streaming, which by the way is Apple Podcast, YouTube, or Spotify. Leave us a 5-star review. Write something. You got to write something, so we know you put a little effort in.
Say our names. I just like
say our names. Say our names. And the first person that does that will get some Love More Coffee Company swag. We will send it to you on our dime, and you can pick a future movie on Tubi that we cover on the podcast.
There we go.
That's how we do it, playa.
Yeah.
That was a Teddy Long homage, in case you couldn't tell.
Teddy Long. What was he GM of?
SmackDown.
Yeah, he's like one of the GOAT GMs.
You're going to be in a tag team match, playa. Holla, holla, holla. LoveMoreCoffeeCompany.com, DTT10 at checkout.
Boom.
We'll see you next week for number 13.
13.
Peace.
Peace.